Hello everyone, welcome back to Dogshala. So in our NEET MDS recall series, today we'll be looking at dental anatomy question, which is comprising of zones of pulp. So the question which they asked in NEET MDS 2021 exam was, arrange the following zones of pulp from outer to inner layer in correct sequence. So what are the zones they have given? It is odontoblastic zone, cell-rich zone, cell-free zone and central pulp. So they have assigned numbers for each zone as 1, 2, 3, 4 and you need to arrange these zones in a proper correct sequence from outer to inner. So outer to inner means nothing but from the dentin side to central pulp. Okay. So these are the sequences that they have given, like 4 2 3 1, 1 2 3 4, 1 3 2 4, 4 2 3 1. So let us just look at the zones of pulp so that we can arrive to a answer for this question. So you can appreciate from this image here. So these are the zones of pulp. So here we can see all the zones of pulp. Histological diagram. So morphologically, pulp has 4 zones. First one is the odontoblastic zone. So here you can see, so this and all is the odontoblastic zone. So the odontoblastic zone consists of odontoblastic processes, predentin, odontoblasts and odontoblast nucleus, nothing but odontoblast cells, and cell-free zone. So this is all is cell-free zone, and cell-rich zone. So this is cell-rich zone, and pulp core. So pulp core is after the cell-rich zone. So this is all will come under pulp core. So first of all, let us see what is odontoblastic zone. So in this image, you can appreciate this is a main histological image which we see. So this is dentin, and here we can observe the odontoblasts. So these are odontoblasts. So this is the odontoblastic zone. So this entire zone is odontoblastic zone. So odontoblastic zone is the single outermost layer lining the pulp. So this is the single outermost layer which is lining the pulp. Histology of 3 to 5 layers, and it is arranged in a fashion of pseudo-stratified palisade fashion. So the major component of odontoblastic zone is odontoblasts. Okay. So what does these odontoblasts do? They secrete dentin, they secrete collagen fibers, mainly type 1 and type 5. And they also secrete acid and alkaline phosphate. They secrete dentin sialoprotein, and they secrete phosphorin, which further converts into nestin. So nestin is an important part of dentin, right? Then comes the cell-free zone. So the cell-free zone, this is the cell-free zone. Okay, this entire part you can appreciate that it is a bit empty. So that is cell-free zone. So it is also known as zone of wheel. Mark this as important one. So you need to remember the other name of cell-free zone also. It is nothing but zone of wheel. So its width is 40 mm, 40 millimeters. It is not always present. So remember this, it will be not always present, and it is absent in young pulp and older pulp. It is not always present means it is absent somewhere, right? So it is absent in young pulp and older pulp. So what does it contain? One thing, it does not contain cells. So that is easily understandable. What it contains is capillaries, unmyelinated nerve fibers, and cytoplasmic processes of fibroblasts. Then coming to cell-rich zone. So cell-rich zone is nothing but the thing where cells are abundantly present, right? So here we can we'll see what is cell-rich zone. So cell-rich zone is also known as zone of hole. So this is also important. So this is also important. You need to remember what is zone of hole. So this is zone of hole. So what is whole? Whole is nothing but a kind of cells, nothing but whole cells. So the whole cells are bipolar cells. So they are located in the whole cell layer on the top of cell-rich subodontoblastic zone. So subodontoblastic zone is nothing but after the odontoblastic zone. So we have odontoblastic layer, then comes the cell-free zone, then comes the cell-rich zone, right? So this is on the top of subodontoblastic zone. So it is a potential reservoir of cells containing incompletely differentiated cells that could be involved in the healing process of reparative dentogenesis and dentin bridge formation if the damage occurs to the odontoblast layers. So here these are nothing but whole cells. Okay, here we can appreciate in this image. So yes, this is a very good diagram of histopathological presentation of zones of pulp. Here you can appreciate each and every layer. So we have observed that whole cells are very important there, and one more cells which are very numerous are fibroblasts. So these secrete type 1 and type 3 collagen. So collagen is also secreted by, we have seen in another zone, right? Collagen is also secreted by odontoblasts, which are present in odontoblastic zone, that secretes type 1 and type 5. You have just seen that. Okay, I am just revising it. So it also contains undifferentiated mesenchymal cells, and vascular supply is extensive and more than cell-free and odontoblastic zone. Okay, vascular supply is extensive. Then coming to pulp core. So this is all cell-rich zone, and this is the pulp core. So it is nothing but it resembles a loose connective tissue. What it contains? It contains a lot of things. So it contains large blood vessels, nerve fibers, fibroblasts, macrophages, dendrite cells, lymphocytes and mast cells. So fibroblastic processes are present in one of the zone. These processes are present in one of the zone. What is that zone? It is nothing but cell-free zone. So cell-free zone contains fibroblastic processes, and whereas pulp core contains large blood vessels, whereas cell-free zone contains capillaries, right? We have seen that capillaries and fibroblastic processes are present in cell-free zone. Okay, I am just recalling what you have seen in these slides only, so that you will remember it in a better way. So you need to remember this image. So this image is very important, because if you just remember this image, you can answer any kind of question that is coming from the topic zones of pulp. Let us get back to our question. So arrange the following zones of pulp from outer to inner layer in correct sequence. So from this image itself we can answer this question. So the outer layer is odontoblast layer. So we have seen it is the single outermost lining of pulp, right? So it is the outermost layer, so it is number 1. Then after that we have cell-free zone. The cell-free zone is number 2, but in the question it is given under number 3. And after that we have cell-rich zone, which is number 3, but in the question it is given as number 2. And the last is pulp core. Pulp core, it is nothing but the central pulp. So from this we can arrange the sequence as 1, 3, 2, 4, right? So from this we have arrived to the answer 1, 3, 2, 4, which is available in option C. Okay. So if you like our video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on our Instagram handles at Docshala for dental content and at Docshala Medical for medical content. You can also find us on Telegram. Thank you.